Welcome back to Asagao Academy. Lost here, and last time we did a lot of studying. Both at the end of Chapter 3 and the beginning of Chapter 4, we did much studying. I confessed to Satch that she took the books, and Shane decided to be a British fuck and say that we took the boots. We stood our ground and pretty much told Shane to go fuck himself with Major Zero's dildo. And now, let us go. I expected mine to at least somewhat return to her normal, cheerful self. But by the next day, guilt was still clearly gnawing at her conscience. We sat at her respective desk, I tapping away with her pencil. I feel awful. I can't believe he lost his job because of us, because of me. Why, it's not your fault. Those words died on my lips. Your fault. It was, at the least partially, her fault. She had a direct hand in it. I could tell her it wasn't true until the cows came home, but it was true, partially, but I wouldn't let that bit of responsibility go.
Well...
Isn't there something we can do? ... I'm going to confess. I'll take the books to the library and tell her I'm the one who took them. Satch had no idea. None of it was his fault. He needs his job back. Do you think that'll work? Won't you get into trouble? Probably, but it's not as if I don't deserve it. I took the books after all. That was my doing. She began packing books into her satchel. Satchel. When she straightened, I stood too. I'm going with you. Thanks, Hana, for everything. When we got to the library, we went straight to the front desk. Mimi was manning it, looking bored out of her mind. Yes, what do you... Hey, you're not allowed to pack here! We went straight past her into the door of the back room. Sorry, but this is important. We got direct business with the librarian. She eyed us warily, then shrugged. Suit yourselves. I wouldn't want to be you. It will be your funeral. Mine knocked on the door, jaw clenched tighter than a corkscrew. What is it? I need to speak with you, it's urgent. There was a loud series of grumbles from behind the door, and then it opened. I'll give you 5 seconds. Mai hastily slipped the books out of her bag. Do you see these? These are books that went missing from the library. I took them. Alright, so I'm turning them in. I'm responsible for stealing them. I should be punished. And then you can give Satch's job back, because he wasn't at fault. She held the books out to the librarian and bowed, tears in her eyes. Under no circumstances. She lifted the book out of Mai's outstretched arms. Mimi? Yes? Mimi sprang over it, abject terror in her eyes. That is surprising. I thought she was the cause of terror. I want these put away within 5 minutes. Do you understand? Yes, sir. She dashed off.
I can't believe this.
But that's not fair. No. Satch deserves his job back. Regardless of who took the books. She looked at Mai as though she would spit on her. Satch did not find him. That did not find them. That is that. But you're the 2 girls who have been hanging out with that bunch recently, Perhaps you'd like to have detention over tournament weekend? My jaw dropped. And maybe I can add a helping for Satchel as well. No, that's... Then do not let me see you again. You know what will happen if you do. She slammed the door in our faces. Mine and I walked back in silence. How could there be someone like that in charge of students in a school?
What a jerk!
Can you believe her? Maybe it's better he doesn't have that job. Inwardly, I agreed. No one should have to put up with that kind of treatment, not even Mimi. I disagree. But without that job, how was Satch going to pay for school? We weren't allowed to seek work outside school unless he found another job here on campus. Tomorrow was Saturday. Only 1 week until the tournament. The next day, I went straight to Satch's room. I wasn't sure what exactly I was going to do, but I couldn't stop worrying about him. I wanted to apologize or explain myself or something. I wanted to do something. I couldn't stand sitting around thinking about it. I knocked on the door. From inside, I heard a small crash. For just a second, there was a bit more crashing and Satch muttering under his breath, then the door flew open.
Hana.
Hana, come in, come in. He was trembling with excitement and absolutely beaming, smudges of oil on his cheeks. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yes, come on. He grabbed my wrist and pulled me into his room, shutting the door tight behind me. I want to apologize. Mine and I went to return the books to the library yesterday, and we tried to get your job back, but... Satch waved his hand. I don't care about that. Honestly, I thought about it, and losing this job might be the best possible thing that could have happened to me. I wasted so much time there, and the treatment I received from the librarian was really getting me down. I didn't realize it until I was away from the constant negativity. I have so much energy now, and look. He gestured dramatically to his VR machine, which was sitting out in the middle of the room. I have made a major breakthrough. It was practically bouncing as I crept towards it. It looked exactly the same to me. Good? Here, put it on. You'll see. He handed me the helmet, and I shoved it on my head. It's comfier than before. Yeah, I realized some people's heads might be more sensitive than others, so I found some padding that didn't disrupt the connectors. I'm turning it on, okay? Okay. Satch's dorm room faded away, and a familiar feeling of dizziness came over me. Ah! Then I found myself in that familiar white room. This time, instead of the objects on a table, however, there were 2 doors. Okay, so don't actually move your body. I'm putting my hand on you just to make sure you don't bump into anything. But think about moving across the room. Think about it? I twitched. No, don't move. Think about moving.
How do I?
I kept my arms pinned to my sides and glanced around the room. Think about moving? I want to move over there. Nothing happened. Okay, I want to... my arm goes up. No. I let out a frustrated sigh. I could see myself moving in my mind's eye, but it wasn't... Huh? I moved! Or the room around me was moving? The doors were getting closer to me as if I took a step forward, and then another, and then another. I reached the left door and thought about reaching out my hand, but just as it seemed I would grasp the doorknob, I felt myself back in the dorm room, Satch's arm around my shoulders. I popped off the VR helmet, confused as to whether that was a success or a failure. The tournament required a finished project, one without many glitches. Would this really be okay? When I looked at Satch, he was beaming.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing? It's a total breakthrough. I stared at him, and then it hit me. Oh my god, it is! I grabbed his arm and jumped up and down. I moved just by thinking.
Satch.
Satch, do you realize what you've made? He grabbed my arm and started jumping too. Yes. I do. This is great. Isn't it great? I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I think with this, I have a real chance at making my dream come true. I can sell this, Hana. This could be my source of income. I'd have all the time in the world to study and create. I really think this can work. He hugged me, then instantly released me, a blush on his cheeks. But thanks for helping me and being my guinea pig. The helmet's too small for Jared's hair. His gorgeous flowing locks. That made sense. As long as I can get this working before the tournament, everything else will work itself out. I trust that'll work out as long as I do my part. In that case, I'll get out of your way.
Right on.
Thanks, Hana. I'll talk to you later. I waved and left him alone with his machine. As soon as I shut the door, the whirring of the machine kicked in. He was back at it. I was glad. It was unfortunate that happened, but maybe it really was the best possible thing. Sometimes things happen for a reason, right? After having a good luck to come to Asagao, meet Mai, and somehow end up with the chance to join an Overboots Club, I firmly believe that. Never had I seen Satch so happy. It made me happy, and I felt inspired too. There was still a week before the tournament, and I hadn't practiced much. It was time to fix that.
Hana.
Hana, are you awake? I whispered into the darkness. I was half asleep, but I responded regardless. Well, I've been thinking about everything that's happened. Did we ever find out who took the boots? My eyes snapped open.
No, I guess we did.
The sounds of hung in the room after my sentence made it feel warmer. I stuck a leg out from under my covers. It wasn't me, for sure.
I know, I believe you.
But then, who was it? The question rolled around in my mind, gathering fragments of other thoughts like a sticky ball. Never mind, you need to rest. The tournament's tomorrow after all.
Good night.
Good night, Hana.
Yeah, good night.
I heard her turn around. I shut my eyes and tried to find drowsiness I felt just moments earlier, but something wasn't sitting well with me. I had a terrible, terrible feeling. But tomorrow would go well, for sure. ... As much as I wanted to believe that, I couldn't. Slowly I drifted into an uneasy sleep. The tournament was today. I agreed to meet up with Satch to help him move his machine to the tournament hall, and I was just about to knock on his door when... Clearly the culprits! I don't want Hana on this team! I froze. We have no proof, Shane. You can't punish someone for something they haven't necessarily done. That was proof enough! Mine's a kleptomaniac! You're not making sense. We'll lose tournament if Hana doesn't compete. It would be better to lose than to fraternize with a lion of faith. Shane! I flinched. I never heard Satch speak in that way. I trust Hana and Mai. They would never steal the boots. There was a heavy silence, and Shane spoke again, much closer to the door. You're biased. The door flew open and Shane emerged, nearly hitting me in the shoulder. I stared at him, stunned, but he barely glanced at me before continuing down the hall. Satch saw me standing there and came to stand next to me. Did you hear all that?
Oh.
Seeing my face, Satch scratched the back of his neck. Look, Hana, I don't care what Shane says. He might not trust you, but I do. Everyone else should too.
Really?
Would a bad person go exploring the campus at night to look for the boots? Would a bad person go and beg for my job back? Would a bad person take care of Oscar just because? Would a bad person stick by her friend and keep faith in her even when things look bad? You're not just a good person, you're one of the most thoughtful and selfless people I've ever met, and if Shane or the others don't realize it, that's their problem, stemming from a lack of observation, not from you. If they just knew you like I do, and if they felt the way about you... He stopped, mouth agape.
Thanks, Satch.
Yeah, no problem. Anyway, the tournament's starting soon. I don't care what Shane thinks, you're still a part of the team. Let's get this thing over there. I wiped tears from my eyes and nodded.
Right.
Satch and I carried the heavy machine out of his room, down the steps and out onto campus. I was thankful for fresh spring air, taking a brief breath before we hobbled our way across the grounds. It was good we got there early to set up, as my event was one of the first ones. Puffing and puffing, there was little time for conversation as we headed into town. The arcade at which the tournament was being held was much smaller than I expected. I felt like I'd find some kind of convention, but instead it was a small, local arcade full of machines, small rooms split off, which were probably where the individual competitions take place throughout the day. A few people milled about the space, generally older folk in their 20s and 30s. I glanced at the agenda in my hand and made my way to one of the back rooms. When I entered the competition room, I found 2 chairs on an elevated platform, a computer and projectors sitting between them and hooked up to separate controllers. Ian sat in one of the chairs, looking bored out of his mind.
Good morning.
Ian!
Hey.
It's about time you showed up. I was starting to get worried that you died.
It's sweet of you to be so concerned.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was just about to sit down to play when Jeff emerged out of nowhere and stood in front of me, avoiding my eyes.
Is everything okay, Jeff?
Yeah, but... You should talk with Caddy after the tournament.
Okay. Why?
Well, he's a mysterious foreign exchange student.
Yeah, I know that.
Maybe not the mysterious part, but... So, look, take my word for it.
Okay, if you say so.
Right on!
Good, thank you.
No problem?
I watched Jeff disappear into the crowd and got into the chair next to Ian. A man came over to me to check my name and club affiliation. I said I was a member of Normal Boots Club, a small surge of pride making me sit up straight as I said it. There were chairs lined up for people to watch us compete, and to my surprise, the entire room soon filled. I searched the crowd to find a Normal Boots Club. There they were! Everyone but Satch. Where was he? I'm assuming something with his thing. I stared wordily into the crowd. Blurred movement caught my eye. Jeff was sitting in a chair on the edge of the row with the rest of the Hidden Block Club, watching me carefully. I smiled at him and he looked away.
Dot, dot, dot.
Finally, the lights around us dimmed and the projector started up, showing the main menu of Dumb Dude's Revenge on screen. It was time to start. As the MC began his introduction and explained the rules of the game, Ian turned to me, a smirk on his face. Sure you're ready for this?
Yeah, you bet I am.
Ready to go. The man turned to us, Ian and I nodded. Then, 3, 2, 1, start. The game began. I immediately clicked to fill my screen with 2 more lines of blocks, and began working with what he had. I scanned the blocks for the pink hearts, loading them one by one, picking combos where I could. I still wasn't advanced enough to plan tons of combos at a time, but I could make it much more likely that combos happen through reliability. I think I know where this is going already. The pinks were all but gone, green leaves are next. Some dudes started flipping at the top of the screen, Ian must be comboing, which meant I had a few seconds before those blocks would fall. I set up a combo on top of the screen and started eliminating the orange blocks below it. And it happened. A 6 combo jumped out at me from the screen. My eyes crossed as I stared at it in shock. I just had to move the top block over 1 space. Then, as quickly as I saw it, it vanished. The blocks looked normal again.
You're dead.
Angry Hana. As Ian's blocks fell upon my humble kingdom, I slipped the combo into place. 2, 3, 4 combo, 5 combo, 6 combo, 7 combo, 8 combo. Ian's stack converted into blocks and hovered above mine. I set up several more combos, waited for them to fall. 10 combo, legendary. Some dudes started farting out rainbows over Ian's zone, then... blocks. So many blocks. They ain't coming in a chunk. They came in a torrential downpour, all over Ian's side, sliding from left to right and back again. Ian blinked, his hands and eyes moving frantically over the screen. I wasn't sure he had ever seen something like that before. I sure hadn't. I continued to combo while this was happening, but at this point there was no need. Ian's screen filled up. He kept trying to make combos till the very end, but... game over! That was it. I won. I stared, dumbfounded at the screen in front of me. Ian's mouth hung open. The room was silent. Then...
Whoa!
Yeah, Hana!
Aw, yeah.
I knew you could do it! I glanced up to see the room applauding, all of it, even the Hidden Block Club. The announcer was gaping at the screen. I have never seen a skull that high! Certainly I was right as a tomato. I stood to climb down off the platform. Not so fast. Ian stepped in front of me, grim as always. I braced myself for his infamous sarcasm. But to my surprise, he laughed.
Hana.
That was a hell of a game, Hana. That's exactly what I wanted from you. He held a hand in the air, and I looked at it in confusion. Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
Oh! I high-fived him, and he clasped my hand in his. Thanks, Hana. That was fun. Then he disappeared into the depressing crowd. I bumped and shoved my way through, searching for Satch in a bundle of people.
Hana.
Hana. I turned around, Satch was behind me, grinning from ear to ear. I came just in time to see the end, and that was amazing. You managed to use Ian's strategy against him. How'd you do that?
Oh, you know, practice.
That's a great laugh, too. Satch burst out laughing. That's wonderful.
What about your match?
It's starting soon.
Then come on, let's go.
I tugged Satch through the crowded arcade floor, moving through the flood of new arrivals playing at various machines.
Seems like it's good for business.
All participants play free, and you can get a day pass and play as much as you want.
No wonder.
We entered the invention room and paused, completely taken aback. Huge TVs lined the hall, and people stood around various consoles, PCs, and other things I had never seen before. A group of middle-aged adults with clipboards were walking around the room, inspecting the various inventions. Across the way I saw Jimmy talking to an older lady, presenting something on his 4DS to her with a sheepish grin. Thank goodness they haven't gotten to mine yet. We hustled across the room and to the back corner where Satch's VR helmet perched on a chair, ready for people to try. Satch muttered to himself in a hushed voice, and I moved the helmet and sat on the chair myself. People were roaming the room. Occasionally one would stop and ask a question or try something someone had worked on. A robot, circular treadmill for controlling character movement, but mostly they were content to look and not touch. This isn't good. I need someone to demonstrate this machine or I won't get any notice. He had me over his shoulder and I rolled my eyes.
Me?
Well, I would never ask, but if you would.
Yeah. Of course I will.
I held the helmet in front of me, waiting while he turned on a TV screen that would project what I was seeing and doing to the entire room. Just in time, a judge is coming this way. An older woman is at the booth next to ours, talking to a young woman about her invention, face recognition software for dating applications. Have your virtual boyfriend really talk to you? A virtual dating game, eh? That sounded kind of fun. Her models were definitely an uncanny valley, though. Ready? Satch peered down at me. Things will be a bit different this time. I got a lot done since you last visited. Just behave naturally and move as you did last time.
Okay.
I slipped the helmet on my head and gave Satch a thumbs up. The machine switched on with a familiar whirring sound. I felt the dizziness fogging my mind once again. Thankfully by now, I was used to it. When I came to, I found myself in a room I knew well. My classroom. At least, I thought it was my classroom. When I looked around, the only people nearby were all of its members? I was sitting at a desk at the back of the class. Moving carefully, I slowly got out of the desk and moved across the room. It was weird to see my body moving without feeling it. With the helmet on, it really felt like I was in the classroom. Not that I was in first person not that I was in first person perspective I saw in typical shooter games. I could feel my body. I might have mistaken it for real life, which was cool, but also made me nervous. Please don't sell this to the government, Satch. No promises, Hana. I stood awkwardly in front of the boys, unsure of what to do. What did Satch say? Act normally?
Hi.
Jared turned to me, sparkling in the fluorescent light.
Ah, hello there, good person.
He flashed a brilliant smile and bowed low.
If you'd be so kind as to sit at the front of the room, we can begin. Sure.
The Jared in front of me was similar to real Jared, but different. He seemed like a punched-up version, as if he were on steroids or something. He was somehow even more beautiful here than in real life. He moved with a flowing grace, like he was made from liquid. Okay, so he is the liquid version of the twin snakes here, with Hana being solid Hana and Jared being liquid Jared. It seemed almost unnatural, like an elf from Lord of the Necklaces. One necklace to bind them all. I sat in Shizuka's chair and the boys sat at the desk in front of me.
Now, we're going to...
Gerard stopped mid-sentence, his brow ruffled, as if he forgot something. Going to...
Huh?
Had Satch not gotten this far? Should I do something? Oh, man, this is interesting. Okay, so, let's have them make a confession. I wonder if Satch programmed this.
Right.
Make a confession, right. In that case, I'll go first. Once I made PBG a peanut butter pie. Oh no. The world swirled out of view for a moment, and then I was in the dorm kitchens, watching PBG and Gerard talk to each other. Wow, you made me a pie? All right. Of course, please eat it. You're so generous, Gerard.
You're a great friend.
Nah, I just want to thank you for being my friend. I suppressed a chuckle as PBG dipped the fork into the pie and took a bite. So, how is it?
Well...
PBG froze and dropped his fork. His hands flew to his throat. PBG, what's wrong? I forgot to tell you. He turned to face me, and both he and Gerard gave me a giant thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to peanut butter! In real life, PG isn't a fan of peanut butter itself, but more of peanut butter flavored things or something. Then they froze. I moved up to them and touched them. Nothing was happening. Seemed this was as far as Satch got. Just as I was about to panic, a door at the far end of the room opened, and I saw a flash of pink. What? It's Hana.
Hello.
Hello, fancy meeting you here.
It was me. I was talking to myself. Wait, this must be Solidus Hana. Dun dun dun. Kind of. This was a version of myself I'd never seen before. She was beautiful. Certainly more beautiful than I considered myself to be. She smiled brightly, and the room around us seemed to glow. No, it was actually glowing. My other Hana's presence made the room glow.
I'm happy you came to see me. I was worried about my friends there, so I wanted to check up on them. I ended up running into a new friend. Don't worry, I've got you. As long as I'm by your side, you don't need to worry. Are you?
Something tapped me on the shoulder, and I about jumped a foot in the air, I think. My VR sight didn't change, so I was confused until I heard Satch's voice from somewhere above me. You can take off the helmet now, Hana. Oh God. We found ourselves in there. I removed the helmet, seeing the real world come into form around me. Suddenly I felt my feet back on the ground. Even though my sense of touch never left me, somehow it only felt real when the visuals around me matched up. Satch stood in front of me, a blush across his cheeks.
Right on.
I think things went really well. I knew I could count on you. You thought fast and you saw through the bugs and glitches and messed up scenarios. Without you, the program might have gotten stuck and the third judge would have never seen what it was capable of.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hana.
About...
Anyway, I have to fill out some forms now, so... He started backing away as he said it.
Of course, right, I'll just...
Yeah, great, bye. He turned and dashed away. I watched him go, bewildered. So... Was that how Satch saw me? If it was, Hello, tournament competitors. The judges' score sheets are now in. We'll tally the scores and announce the winners in a few minutes. Announced? Did Satch really have forms to fill out? I walked around the room for a bit, looking at the different inventions. Some of them were pretty neat, but I didn't bother trying them out. After my event in Satch's VR machine, I felt drained and a little lightheaded. Some 15 minutes passed before I heard the MC again. Hello, tournament competitors, and thank you for your patience. I would like to announce our winners. In third place, Jimmy Sunder with his extremely detailed level design analyzer. I think they'll call that the level head. Some guy with a crazy hairdo walked up to the front of the room, grabbed his medal, and bowed. In second place, Tom Groshowiak for his robot that can memorize choices and even form the basis of a personality. An older man received the silver medal, thanking the MC in a Polish accent. In first place, Satchel Drakes for his revolutionary VR that can control movement with nothing but thought. A rush of cheers filled the auditorium. Hell yes! Satch jumped up to the front podium, accepted his gold medal, thanked his audience, and fled. I ran to his booth to congratulate him, but when I got there, he was completely swarmed by people. From the looks of it, some reporters or businessmen. I bounced up and down, waving at him until he caught a glimpse of me. I gave him a thumbs up and he grinned in return. I wouldn't be talking to him for a while. I left Satch's booth and wandered around the room, wondering what to do with myself. I saw Caddy over at Jimmy's booth, waiting to speak to him. Suddenly, Jeff's warning came back to mind.
You should talk to Caddy.
Curious, I approached. He shifted nervously as he watched me come, but smiled when I stood in front of him.
Hey!
Hana, fancy seeing you here. Yeah, fancy seeing you here at the tournament where we're all competing.
I like that laugh too. I chuckled and he laughed loudly. Too loudly. I watched him shift his hands into his pockets and glance furtively around the room.
Caddy, is everything okay?
Yeah, everything is fine. Sorry, I've never been good at talking to cute girls. I glanced at him in surprise and he chuckled. It was flattering, but I realized that I would have rather someone else said it to me. I bit my lip.
You seem rather skittish.
Yeah, but I'm always like that, aren't I? He grinned again. Whatever Jeff wanted me to ask Caddy about, he wasn't having it. Finally, 3 of the people who had been talking to him, Jimmy joined our group. Caddy! Hey, Hana! Oh, and Waleed? Fabulous is he? Wally was crossing the room, evidently having come from his events. Jimmy sighed. I guess I never had any chance of being Satch, did I? I worked so hard on that breeding AI for the newest generation Nokemon games. I really thought it could help save so many Nokemon fans so much time. It's okay, Jimmy. You did your best, and that's definitely something you would do. I guess so, but how'd yours go? About that. Wally trailed off, eyes downcast.
Yay!
Yes!
I couldn't resist punching the air, joy rolling from my shoulders. That's awful rude, Hana.
Sorry, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
I can't believe you actually said that.
Seriously.
I can't believe you lost.
Neither can I. I'm gonna have to seriously rethink my future career if things are going like this.
Your future career as what?
As an... actually, never mind.
But... Now.
Caddy threw his arms around Jimmy and Waleed's necks.
If our events are all over, it's time to have some fun, eh? Come on, let's go. Tournament players get free games all day, and I'm not about to let that opportunity go to waste. You too, Hana.
I nodded. For now, the tournament results were unknown, and Satch was being interviewed for his paradigm-shifting invention. There was nothing I could do but to play. He played our hearts out at the end of the tournament, roaming from pinball machines to shooters and rhythm games. People left one by one for their events, returning with good and bad news, but never did an outside force take a title. By the end of the day, we were exhausted and sweaty, and the air inside the tiny arcade was muggy with humidity. The MC of the tournament, from the tournament, finally tallied his scores and stood on the stage, microphone in hand. The winner of the 2015 South-Southwest tournament is... the Normal Boots Club!
Yes!
I screamed and clapped, and we stormed on stage. The poor MC didn't know what hit him. As we celebrated on stage, Paul grabbed the microphone.
Alright!
We'd like to thank our friends and fans for always supporting us, and there's something else we'd like to do. He grabbed my hand and tugged me to the front of the stage. I looked at Satch in bewilderment, and he gave me a thumbs up. We've treated our friend Hana terribly this past year. We'd like to formally apologize to her and her friend Mai. He bowed down to me, as did the entire rest of the Norwoods Club. I waved my hands aimlessly, trying to get this to stop happening. We'd like to recognize that Hana is now, and has always been, a member of the Normal Boots Club. I clapped my hands over my mouth in sheer surprise. And now that she's won a match, it's official.
What about the boots?
You know, they're an important symbolic gesture and all, but they're just gold boots. We can get new ones. Oh, right. Rich kids. Paul gestured off stage, and I turned to see a red-faced Shane with Normal Boots' jacket in hand. I'm sorry that I've been so distrustful, Hana. Welcome to the club. He lifted the jacket over my shoulders and patted me gently on the back. Tears filled my eyes, and I pulled him into a hug.
I hope we can be friends now.
We can if you stop We can if you stop hugging me. That's a great line. I released him and he fled back within the crowd. As the other members trickled off stage, I searched for Satch and found him beaming at me from within a haze of reporters and carriers and investors. My heart started racing and suddenly a memory flashed to my mind. What is your dream, and what will you do after that one's accomplished? My dream. I have achieved it. New friends, Normal Boots Club, living in the tournament. I had everything I wanted. So... now what? What do I do now? I returned to my room, calm in my heart. I couldn't believe we won the tournament. I won the tournament. I was part of the Normal Boots Club. I pulled out my keys and braced myself for the inevitable. Who knew what waited for me on the other side of that door? Hana! Mai pounced on me, emitting a high-pitched wail.
I couldn't go! Tell me what happened, did you win?
Of all days to have her biggest volleyball game of the year, it had to fall on the same day as the tournament. She was bouncing up and down, jostling me with every jump.
Mai, hang on! Get off me!
She stepped away and I gasped for air. Sorry, sir. She stared at me in shock.
What? What happened?
Mai held a trembling finger in my chest and I looked down.
Yeah. You got a Normal Boots jacket! You won the tournament! You joined Normal Boots!
The entirety of the dorm probably heard her. No, the entirety of Japan. Because this is Japanime. She grabbed my hands and spun me in a small circle through our room. I stumbled over miscellaneous piles of books, Mai's backpacks, and papers.
You did it! You did it! Stop this, please stop. I'm gonna be sick.
The sound of a knock at the door made us both freeze in our tracks.
What?
What's that? Who's there? You don't think they want the jack back, do you?
Of course not. They wouldn't do that, would they?
The knock came again.
Go open the door.
I gulped and approached the door as one would an enraged dog. When I squeezed shut, I pulled it open. Hana.
Ian?
Hey.
Hey.
Dot.
Is Mai there too? Mai poked her head around in the corner. Oh, good. Do you mind coming with me, both of you?
Is something wrong?
Not particularly. It didn't seem like he wanted to explain it further, so Mai and I followed him out to campus. Oh, congratulations on winning the tournament.
Thank you.
Man, come next year, I'm totally kicking your ass.
You'll see about that.
Mai watched the stars glistening in her eyes.
I'm in heaven, I'm in heaven.
Ian led us to Poppy Hall. As we slept through its corridors, I had an inkling about where he was taking us. When we stopped in front of the hidden block club room, I realized I was correct. He opened the door and moved as if to go in first, but apparently thought better of it and gestured for us to go first. Inside, I found a smiling Satch in a hidden block club, who all looked somewhat sheepish. Caddy stood to one side, blood red. Ian came in behind us and shut the door.
Dot.
Everybody, dots. Inside. Caddy took the boots.
What?
I glanced at Caddy, who messed with his hands and stared at the floor. Mai was shifting through a mixture of emotions beside me. It was probably better he couldn't look at her. It was supposed to be a stupid prank, but then he dropped them and he broke them, so...
I took them to get them fixed, and while they were getting repaired, you two came under fire. Everybody took it way harder than I thought they would, considering they're just a pair of boots, so by the time they were fixed, I couldn't bear the thought of returning them. I procrastinated, and you all started fighting, and then you weren't talking to each other, and it made it harder and harder to return them. I kept thinking about how mad everybody would be, and how much you two suffered. I hid them in my closet, ignored them, but eventually Jeff came across them, and, well...
I looked at Jeff, who gave me an awkward thumbs up.
I'm really sorry, please forgive me.
He got down on his hands and knees and laid on the floor.
Please walk on my head. Please get up.
Ow!
Oh no, you're not getting off the hook that easily. I strode over to Caddy and grabbed his ear.
Ah!
You're coming with me. I dragged him off the ground and pulled him out of the room. Caddy squealed as he went. Their screams echoed down the hallway until they dissolved into silence. Dots, everybody. That's what he gets.
Well, that's good.
Right on.
Hana and I can take the boots back to our club room. Our, you mean?
Alright!
Whoa, she's got a jacket, it's true. I grinned and showed him off my club patch.
The newest addition to the Normal Boots Club. You got it.
Luke whistled.
Oh yeah.
Well done, Hana.
No, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Anyway, we should get going. Satch grabbed one side of the boots and looked at me.
Yeah.
Right.
I grabbed the other end of the boots, which were surprisingly cold. Together, Satch and I lifted the sucker and shifted towards the door. Shuffled towards the door, excuse me. Satch, I'm gonna beat you next year, got it? We'll see about that. Also, Steven Galaxy's on later tonight, so
Yes.
I'll be there. Thus, we were on our awkward shuffling way. For some reason, the walk to the clubroom was awkward. The sunset faded and night had fallen around us. Although we technically weren't supposed to still be out, I was used to roaming the halls at night, and since Satch was there with me, I felt safe. I focused on not moving too quickly and trying not to complain about the cramping pain in my fingers. It helped me avoid Satch's eyes. Was it always this tense around him? What changed? Not sure how to handle. Suddenly Satch broke the silence, talking to himself, me, in a series of quiet mumbles.
Satch.
Satch?
He jolted as if woken from a dream, nearly dropping her boots. I scrambled to accommodate the sudden shift in the weight as he gathered himself. Sorry.
No big deal. What were you whispering about?
Well,
Well, why was he hesitating? Even with the worst of news, Satch usually delivered it effortlessly. My VR machine. People have sent me offers. Some want to buy it, some want the fun to be as I develop it. Regardless, I'm going to be fine. I'll be able to stay at Asagao.
Yay.
That's great.
Have you found a new dream?
Oh,
The sudden question took me off guard. I flushed. So you remember that too?
I was thinking about it earlier.
Past few months, I had learned so many things about friendship, trust, honesty, loyalty, choice, and wisdom and nobility. Yes. Even, maybe, love? I felt myself flush and cleared my throat.
Not yet, but I'm sure I will. What about you?
We finally reached the hallway the Normal Boots Clubroom was in and edged along towards the door. Perhaps.
Huh?
Satch refused to elaborate further, and I, seeing the door, was content to focus on bringing these blasted boots to their rightful place. Satch opened the door with a deftly maneuvered foot, and we finally brought the boots back to their rightful place, the closet in the back of the room. We released them onto the cushion, and I immediately started rubbing blood back into my hands.
My fingers.
That thing is ridiculously heavy for a pair of boots. Satch held their ring of keys to me. I almost said king of rees. Whatever. What the hell. Care to do the honors? I laughed. Taking the keys, I turned to the boots.
You are more trouble than you were worth, but I guess I'll get to know you better from now on. I'll hail the boots.
Luke hit them and then shut the doors. I held the keys to the heavens.
May these boots stay forever in their rightful place.
With that, I locked the closet door and turned cheerfully to Satch. He was staring at me, eyes shining brightly.
Satch.
Satch?
Hana.
Hana, This might come as a surprise to you. I don't want to bring it up, not while we were going through so much. But I think I've fallen for you. You're so kind, so hardworking, so... He shook his head at a loss. I was hoping... No, all I wanted was to tell you. I admire you. You inspire me. The whole time I was working on the VR machine, I was thinking of you. How you'd react when you experienced it. What your impression would be. That's why I was able to work so hard, even after I lost my job. When I watched you using it during the tournament, to be honest, that felt better than anything that came after it, even winning. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Satch? You, who has been there for me throughout this whole ordeal, who tried to get to the bottom of the boots issue because it's the right thing to do, who stood by my side even when evidence pointed to the contrary. And here I thought my feelings were one-sided.
What?
What? I laughed and moved to give him a hug. Ah, we got it. Satch embraced me in turn, beaming. But when?
I don't don't know.
I don't know. Happened somewhere along the way. There wasn't a moment. There were no fireworks. By the time when I realized I wanted you by my side, no matter what. I couldn't stand the idea that, for whatever reason, he might not be.
I kissed him on the cheek.
Shush.
I lightly smacked him on the shoulder. We ended up staying there the whole night on the floor of the Normal Boots Club room, just talking. Together we reflected on how much we learned from each other, Satch, how to rely on others and trust people, and me, how to believe in my power to change situations, to trust my friends, to be honest. We were so excited and so happy, we hardly noticed time slipping away until it was already done. We sat our quiet goodbyes in front of Primrose's house, and I slipped away to sleep. There was club league the next day, after all, I would see him soon. By the time we got to the club room, everyone else was already seated and waiting. I made eye contact with Satch, a huge grin spread across his face, and I flushed. Better not to look at him, I'd be a dead giveaway.
Satch, what's wrong with you? Yeah, you're grinning like a maniac. Is it about your machine?
Nope.
What, you're not gonna tell us?
No.
No.
Eck, that's not fair.
Okay. Alright.
I'll tell you when you guess.
Okay, you got a puppy.
I wish.
You found out you're distantly related to Shakespeare.
No.
No, but good guess.
You're performing live in concert because you've created a boy band of Gerard and two other kids from Asagao. Think the names were Nate and Alex.
Ha! A boy band? Like that would ever happen. It has. It wasn't a bad idea.
Hey.
Hana, do you have any idea?
What? Me? Maybe he got an engineering scholarship?
I keep telling you, you'll never guess.
Oh, it's just a matter of time.
Well now, why don't we get this meeting started? There's another tournament coming up soon, and we've got a new member to inaugurate.
Oh yeah, we gotta do her initiation ritual.
Paul cackled, rubbing his hands together like a grasshopper. Wonderful, wonderful.
Hana.
Oh no. Don't worry about Hana, it won't hurt a bit. And so began the rest of my time at Asagao. I blacked out. Yes, we got it. Hell yeah. I loved that route. That was great. It wasn't very, typical, I guess you could say. Also, I found that route to be a very, powerfully speaking route. Yeah. It taught us a bit about trusting people and how to be friends and deal friendships and stuff, even in the face of adversity like this. Yeah, it was a great one. Wow. I'm probably gonna recommend this route for people who, like, closer to the end of your playthrough, I'm gonna guess, because, well, I don't know, it's very, intense, you could say. Yeah. So intense. Alright. Also, great song. Yeah, so, I'm glad that this has gone on. This will be a long, episode here. Man. Yeah. Wonder what happens at the, after credits here. This was... I would have to say the lesson here is, don't assume things. They make an ass out of you and me, and everybody else that has to hear it. Yeah. So, presented by Illicid. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you for making this awesome game. My god. Louder! I want to hear you scream it to the heavens! What? I emerged from my dorm the next morning, right ahead of class, and stopped in front of a spectacle that never in my life would I have expected to see. My god. No. I am a bad kappa.
Ow!
Louder. I am a bad kappa. My, what are you doing? You didn't think I was just gonna let him get away with this, did you?
What a jerk!
He gave us weeks of suffering. Yeah, but everything worked out okay. You can cut him some slack. I'll cut him some slack when he's dead. Again! I would yell, but people are attempting to go to sleep now. I am a bad kappa! I backed away slowly as our students gathered around the commotion. And bumped into someone.
Oh, pardon me.
I froze. Miss Shizuka stood next to Mr. Saitomo, his arm around her waist. She was absolutely bursting with joy, holding her hand in front of her as if her nails were dry. Ing. She's carrying chalk even now. Interesting.
Oh, Hana, I'm glad you're here. I've been going around announcing it to everybody. I want to include my favorite student.
Favorite student?
Me and Charles have decided to get married.
She screamed this last word out to the heavens as if sending a signal to another planet. I heard it bounce off Mars and ricochet towards Saturn.
When?
I glanced at Mr. Saitomo and he winked at me. All at once I remembered running into him in the dead of night and how he walked me back to my dorm without ever saying a word against my being out. Was it because he was sneaking around to see Miss Shizuka? I stared at the two as Shizuka leaned over to kiss Mr. Saitomo on the cheek. I'd never seen her happier, and Mr. Saitomo seemed 10 years younger in her presence. I shook my head.
Seriously.
I wish you both great happiness.
Thank you, Hana. I'm sure we will have it.
Yes, I agree.
Miss Shizuka wrapped her arms in Mr. Saitomo's. Hands in Mr. Saitomo's.
My prince has finally come.
I waved past them, giving them all the privacy they so clearly desired. As I headed across campus, a voice called out to me.
Hana.
There you are, and how are you doing? I shook my head.
Well...
Satch, leaving Asagao Academy never gets easier.
No. He slid an arm around my shoulder, grinning mischievously.
Okay, maybe some things do.
Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
And Jared sends us off with the title. And, wow, that was great. In case you liked this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Ciao.